So, you know that here in this place, except of Kever David HaMelech, it's also Kever of Shlomo HaMelech, right? King Solomon, right? They're buried together. And also Chizkiyahu HaMelech, right? So, there's interesting Gemara that speaks about Shlomo HaMelech, that he wrote Sefer Refuot, a book of medicine, a book of healing. Yeah? And Chizkiyahu HaMelech put it in Gniza. Took the book of his grandfather, great grandfather, Shlomo HaMelech, put it in Gniza. So, if we had like a book like that today, you just do what it says in the book and everybody are healthy. What can be better than that, right? What a shame that Chizkiyahu HaMelech hide it. Right? So the interesting part of that is that the sages have admitted to Chizkiyahu HaMelech that what he did, it was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to hide it. Why it was the right thing to hide it?
Hide it, or he destroyed it?
Destroyed it, hide it, like put it out. It was like it's not.
Would be putting it in the chest and burying it somewhere. That's hiding it. Putting it in Geniza and it being, put for never to be ever be found. That's something different.
He put it in a way that it won't be found.
Right.
Why is it a good thing that Chizkiyahu HaMelech hide it, that it won't be found anymore? So they say that the power of this book was so great. Whatever is the sickness, not for anyone, the medicine is there. So people were relying on this book, and they didn't pray to Hashem for healing. So that's what the sages are telling us, that the reason that it's a good thing, what Chizkiyahu HaMelech did, is because Hashem wants us to pray to Him. If the healing is so exact, is so fixed, is so completed, so you don't need to pray. You just follow the instructions and you're good. Right? So this is a very, very, very big lesson for us. In other words, the sickness is not coincidence. Happened to be that someone is getting sick. No. Hashem wants our heart. Hashem wants us to pray to Him. Hashem wants us to follow His ways. And all of the different sicknesses that there is the alert that we need to reestablish our connection with Hashem. Right? So somebody showed me today, between Mincha and Arvit in Kever David, so there's a person that he comes there sometimes. His name is Rav Yosef David. And he showed me afterwards. Someone said that it's they made a page that they put on the wall in Mea Shearim, whatever. But the Mishlei. So what is left from Shlomo HaMelech, right, King Solomon? What we have left from him is 3 books, right? We have Shir HaShirim, Mishlei, and Kohelet. Those are the 3 books that we have from Shlomo HaMelech. Somebody came to me in Shabbat. He said, "How can it be that David HaMelech we have only Sefer Tehillim from him? Shlomo HaMelech we have just 3 little books from him. Like they were giants. It should be that all of the Torah is relying on them, just like those." So the answer is that we don't understand the value of those books. We don't understand the value of Tehillim, of the Mishlei. If we would have understood the value of them, it is the whole Torah. It is, everything is there. But we just need to have the eyes to see that. So we'll see a little example today. So in Mishlei, chapter 18, Pasuk Yud Daled, it says like this: Ruach ish yechalkel machaleu, veruach nach'a mi yisa'ena. That's the pasuk. I'll give the literal translation of that. Spirit of man, yechalkel, it will give the sustenance, machaleu, is sickness. Veruach nach'a, when the spirit is low, is down, mi yisa'ena, who can pick it up? Okay, that's a literal translation of the pasuk. Now, let's see Rashi. Okay, let's see Rashi. Rashi says, Ruach ish, Ruach gever shu ish gibor. What is the Ruach ish, the spirit of man, spirit of ish? Ish is like tzaddik, someone that is righteous. Eino noten de'aga belibo. He doesn't have fear in his heart. ומקבל כל הבא עליו בשמחה ובחיבה. Is accepting whatever comes to him with joy and love. Okay? יכלכל מחלהו. It will give him sustenance in his sickness, says Rashi, אין כוחו סר מעליו. His strength doesn't leave him, even when he's sick. Okay? This is the Rashi on the pasuk. So, in other words, when someone is getting sick, or thinking that he might get sick, or something like that, so what is the possibilities? How a person is reacting to a situation like that? Yeah. So, someone that is getting depressed, going down. So this is the end of the pasuk. Ruach nech'a, when the spirit is down, mi yisayna, who can carry it? Who can bring it up? So someone like that, it's very hard to pick him up, that he will be healthy. When someone is strong, ish gibor, says Rashi, is a strong man, is a hero. What does it mean, ish gibor? It's not that he have a lot of muscles, that his spirit is strong, that is able to keep on looking on the world around him and smile, even though he's sick or is worried about getting sick or something like that. He doesn't have fear in his heart, he's not worried in his heart, and he's still accepting whatever comes with joy and love. Then, whatever happens, he's able to deal with it, to carry that. Okay? Now, the interesting point, I don't have here the unculus, but if you look on that pasuk, on the unculus, it's not really unculus, unculus is in the Torah, but the translation to Aramaic that there is for this pasuk, Yonatan ben Uziel is on the Nevi'im, not on the Ktuvim. On the Ktuvim it says in Gemara Megillah that it's not Yonatan ben Uziel. Anyhow, the translation to Aramaic on this pasuk, so when it says Machaleu, his sickness, it says something like corona. You look on the Aramaic there, on a book on Mishlei. Look on what is the way that is translating Machaleu, his sickness, saying something like corona with like whatever. Look at it. It's you see it. It's very clear. Yeah.
On this pasuk.
On this pasuk, yes.
Wow.
That this is the sickness that it's talking about. Mishlei, chapter Yudchet, verse Yudaled. Okay, look it up. Yudchet, Yudaled. 18:14. Okay, so the point of the matter is that there is definitely a big thing that is going on. Okay, it's not something that is simple. It's definitely something that it goes to. That's like we're getting very close. Like how many? Like what's next? We don't know, but we're definitely getting very close. Okay, and there's many rabbis that speaks about it, many tzaddikim that says it, and everybody are like saying again. They're saying it again. They already said it before. Yes, but every time it's getting like delayed, so it becomes to be even stronger. Yeah. So I said last night, to someone, when the parents are not at home and the kids are doing like a party, big mess in the house, so if the father will open the door suddenly everybody will get so scared, so it will be too much. Somebody, God forbid, might have a heart attack, right? So what the father does before he's coming in, he's making sure that they have some kind of warning. That he will make sure that they will hear the car parking. He will like shout something from far away. That they will have like time to shape up.
The mother eagle does this when she goes to her nest also.
Right.
Not to scare the chicks.
So basically, the message is very simple. Shape up. You know what you need to do. Do it. Yeah. So as long as we think that we have time, so the nature is to be lazy. Mañana, tomorrow we're delaying things, we're pushing it off, right? Yeah, I know that I need to do tshuva. I know that I need to be a better person and to work on my character and all of those things. I know that, but it's hard for me. This, that, will give up on all kinds of different things. So I postponed it. I push it for the future, right?
Another day.
But when it gets to the bottom line, there's no like, you can't push it more. That's it. Done. Right? So this is the message here. This is the message here. And it's obviously not the same. Right? Different people have different capabilities. Each one have to see what is it that he's able to do. But it's definitely time for cheshbon nefesh. How do you translate cheshbon nefesh? I'm not sure. Like to
self-accounting or something?
Self-accounting, yeah. It doesn't really give the same message. Right? I don't know. If I would hear this phrase, I wouldn't understand what does it mean. But let's the simple understanding of cheshbon nefesh, it means that like someone that he have a business, yeah, and he needs to calculate what is outcome, what is income, yeah. So he's doing like his balance, where he's holding, and he needs to think, what can I do better? This is how much I'm investing. This is how much I'm bringing in. So I need to see what I can do better, that my business will work better, right? So truth of the matter is that we should do it like every day. If not every day, at least every week. If not every week, at least every month. But we should definitely do it, right?
Or how about before we go to bed?
I'm saying every day, preferably every day. The Ramchal in Mesilat Yesharim, he says, like, pick up an hour in the day and do it. Sometimes it can be before you go to sleep, in the morning when you wake up, before you're drinking your afternoon tea, whatever. Just like have some time to do it. So this is like the something that we should have applied that from the beginning of our journey, right? To keep on a diary and to write what is the outcome, what is the income, what did we put in, what is the results, right? And there is people like that. I know one of them, Rabbi Yoshua Golshen, that he took that very, very seriously. And since the day of his bar mitzvah, he have diaries of all what he did every day. Since the day of his bar mitzvah, he have like a closet that is full of his diaries. Every day, he have a page of that day, what I did, what I was learning, what I was good at, what I was not so good at, what I failed. Right? Then you can make a calculation to know where you're holding with your business of connecting to Hashem. So it's like after so long that someone didn't get used to that, doesn't have this way of doing those calculations, it's very hard to do it properly. But that's our duty. We have to give the result to the boss, right? Really, it's not our business. It's Hashem's business, right? We are the workers. We have to put back the papers and to show him what we did. He gave us this, he gave us that. This is what we got. What did you do with it? Right? What did you manage to bring to the world? What did you manage to do? Right? So the sooner the better, right? It's going to be for everybody like after 120 when we're standing in heaven, but definitely if we're taking the opportunity and we're doing it earlier, so it will be easier afterwards, right? So this is basically the message, that all of those things that are happening is for us to recalculate our way, to know what is it that we can do better, how we can do better, to accept on ourselves some good things for the future. From now on, I will put myself together, I will gather my strength to do this and that, whatever it is. Whatever Hashem put in your heart, that is the right thing to do. Obviously, it should be according to the Torah. Yes, someone that will say that he have this idea of doing our worshipping, so obviously that's not the best idea, right? But if Hashem is putting in your heart something that is positive according to the Torah, to do it, it's very, very likely that this is part of your tikkun. Yeah, we don't have someone that is like a prophet, right? As far as I know. I hope that we have. I hope that Mashiach will be revealed right now, today, and tell all of us exactly what is the personal instructions for each one of us, that we'll know what to do. As I said a few times, that the Vilna Gaon says that this is a big job of the Mashiach, to give personal instructions for each one. What is it that each one have to do? So until we have this revelation clear, we're going according to those principles, that whatever is difficult for us in one hand, and whatever we are pulled to do in the other hand. Yeah, the negative and the positive. Negative, what it's hard, so it's very likely that this is some part of our tikkun, something that we are stumbling on constantly through our life, so it's very possible that it's part of our tikkun, so that's something we have to put extra effort to avoid. That's the negative. And the positive, something that we feel passion to do, we have the inspiration to do something. It's very likely that it's something to do with the tikkun of our neshama. Yeah, if it's something that it makes sense to you, that whatever your grandfather was a painter, so you feel like inspired to be a painter like your grandfather. So that's not what I'm talking about. But when you have something that is like, for example, I know someone that is very, very passionate about putting on tefillin on people. Not only for that himself is doing it, he also trying to get other people that they will also put on tefillin on other people. Yeah. So something like that is getting some people. So it's very possible that it's part of the person's tikkun. It's not something that you can say, brush it off. It's not important. For some people, for some souls, this is the tikkun. If they won't do that, so it's like they're not coming back with empty hands, but they're missing something, right? So whatever it is that you feel inspired about, whatever it is that you feel that it gives you satisfaction, mitzvah, gives you satisfaction, special, not something regular. You feel more. You see the other people, how they react to something like that. Man, it's nice, it's good. But for you feel that, wow, I feel that I'm doing something here. It's something serious for me. So then it's very, very high possibility that it's something that it's really part of your tikkun. And then it's worth it for you to put effort in that. It's worth it for you to put time for that. You're already doing it, fine. So maybe there's other things. Usually our tikkun is not so simple, just one thing and you go, right? We have, because of our history with previous lifetimes, so we have a big package that we need to unfold and open and see what is the ingredients, what is the things that needs to be referred to, right? That's part of the reason that Hashem is giving us few trials, few lifetimes to go over it, and every lifetime, so we have opportunities to do different mitzvot. One time you Kohen, one time you Levi, one time you Israel, one time you're teaching, one time you're learning, so on and so forth. Every time there's different journeys in life. But the common denominator is that wherever we go, whatever we do, we have to find a way to do it for Hashem's sake. That's the main point of everything. Yeah, to do all kinds of nice things and to help here and to do there, when people are giving you, credit for that, and you're getting like honored because of that. So that's easy, because you're getting the reward in this world. People giving you all of these benefits. Yeah, now you're respected, this, that. But to do things that are not so, you're not getting so much steam. You're not getting fame by that. And to keep doing it with sincerity and dedication, that's something that it's not so simple, right? So there's a story that is very known, that there was one rabbi that he said, I don't know if I have a share in the world to come. So his friend told him, like, tell me what mitzvah did you do that is like was something significant, that it's worth it for you to get to the world to come with. So he said that he had like money, that he had a doubt what was this money, and he gave it for tzedakah, for poor people. And he's talking about like one of the greatest rabbis that he was teaching, and he had students, and obviously if he had many mitzvot, why he said this like little thing, that he had like some money that he had doubt on, and he gave it for poor people? So one of the explanations that I heard for that is that because if he would have decided to keep the money, no one would know about it. No one would have told him anything about it. When he decided to put it in that tzedakah box and that it will be given to poor people, no one knew about it. He didn't got any pride, any fame, nothing. So it was only between him and Hashem. And that's something that is very hard to get. To have something that is very, very private between you and Hashem, that is meaningful, it's something that it's not so easy to find. I'll tell you another story that is also connected to that. There was a rabbi, that he was a wise rabbi. He had two families in two sides of the city, that the mother, it was difficult for her to take care of the children and to make them like lunch every day. So he told about every mother, he told her about the other family. She said, maybe you can help. There's a family that the mother is very weak and it's hard for her to make food for the children. Maybe you can make like food for her. So like she made for her and she made for her. And then it was easier to make the food for her own children. It was too difficult because no one sees it, no one appreciates it. Like she didn't feel like so righteous with it. When she did it for the other family, so they getting the food, and the rabbi knows about it. So that's something that is. So for that, she found the strength to do. Then afterwards, he told the both of them. He said like the same way you're making the food for the other family, you can also make it for your own family. So the point is that to the place that it's harder for us to be kind to, many times this is the place that is more needed, right? The people that are close to us, our family, our close friends, to be nice to people that to take an old lady and to help her to cross the street. So that's something that is like one time. There's no commitment, there's no obligation. So I can be nice for like 1 minute, 2 minutes, and that's it. I did my daily kind deed. Fine. I'm good now. I can pat myself on the back. I did my thing, right? But this is not what we should do. This is not. We can do also those things, but really, what we have to put our effort in is the people around us, to give them the strength that they need, to help them to deal in this situation specifically, and that's very hard. That's very hard. Anyhow, I want to add another point of that when we look around us and we see people that are going through like a more hard, intense emotional time, with all what's happening. It should arouse empathy within our hearts. Okay? The easy solution for us emotionally is exactly the opposite. To put ourselves like a pot that's there, I'm here, I'm okay, I don't want to have anything to do with it, I'm isolating myself, I don't want, yeah? But the point is that we're here in that together. The whole world is within that crisis.
Guf echad.
Yes. So what do we do with it? Can't run away from it. It's part of the situation, the global situation. So for years and years they're speaking about the global warming. Now no one is speaking about it. Now like everybody are like just about this virus, right? The world is full of problems, but Hashem is shaking us. Wake up, come on, right? So it's definitely time for us to wake up. But I want to say that what does it mean, empathy? It means to pray for everybody. Yeah, don't only pray for yourself. There was a guy years ago that came to me that he was looking for a shidduch, and I told him like, don't pray only for yourself. Pray for everybody. He said, why? Why should I? I'm like, it's enough for me, my own problems. Why should I have to pray for like so many other people? So the answer is that this is exactly what Hashem wants. We should use all of the emotions that we have on our personal life, and also with this empathy to the whole world as much as we can, to put all of this pain. If somebody is not able to bear it, so that's, you can take only as much as you can take. If somebody is taking too much pain of others in his heart, so he might break down. Right? Then obviously he won't be able to help anyone. But as much as each person is able to bear in his heart, to get, I'm not saying for the whole day. Don't keep it with you for the whole day. But some time that you have time to pray for yourself and for your surrounding and for the whole world. So in this time, try to carry in your heart all of those emotions of all of those people around, and use that emotional state as a jumping board for your prayer. Obviously, when someone is in a personal crisis, he's really praying because he feels it very close, right? So if we understand that Hashem wants us to really pray with all our strength, so we don't want that it will really come close, God forbid, right? So we should use those alerts from all around the world to put ourselves in that emotional state that we will pray properly, as the way that we know that we should, the way that we know that Hashem wants us to pray. Okay? And it's not an easy task. It's something that is extremely, extremely hard. It goes against our instinct. Our instinct is to, like, you're suffering, get away. I don't want to have anything to do with you. If you're happy, so then come, I'll embrace you. But it should be exactly the opposite. When someone needs your hug, when he's in a crisis, right? When he's in a crisis, so you don't want to give him a hug because you don't want to have anything to do with someone that is down and out and depressed, right? This is the human nature. It's not something like personal. This is normal. This is the normal. We have to work on our character and to find the ways to give a big hug to the whole world. It's very hard. It's very hard. But as much as we are working on those points, so we're getting into shape. Okay? You can't expect someone that is coming like first day into the gym that he will pick up the heavy weight and start jumping with it, right? Doesn't work. You have to walk yourself. You walk your way up. right? So the same thing here. How much can you handle in your prayer? So someone that until today was like done, the whole prayer was like half a second, so he's totally out of shape, right? If you already like a little bit more advanced and you're putting effort in your prayer and you already connecting to your emotions when you're praying, so now you can build yourself up. How much? Each person have a different capability, but we definitely have to work on the way that we are connecting in our heart to first of all, the first is the close circle. Okay, I will say it differently. The first is for ourselves. After you are connected to your situation personally, then you can start circles, the close circles, then get wider and wider as much as you can. See how much you're capable to carry. Okay? And this is something that is very, very crucial. This is something that is very crucial. And I'll finish with that. That the Arizal said to his students, when you have a friend in trouble, you have to pray for him. Doesn't matter what is the trouble. It's hard for him to get married, it's hard for him in his parnasa, in his health, in his whatever it is. You have to pray for him. Yeah? So when you have like a group of 10 people, so you have like 10 people, so you can say like a little prayer for each one of them. How many people can you pray for? How many names you can say out? Okay, so you don't have to say out all the names, but at least carry it in your heart. Have your intention for that. All the people that they have this need, they have that situation, whatever it is, pray for them. You don't know them, but you know that they are there, right? And it all goes back to the beginning point of the beginning of the introduction of the Siddur that we did together. It all goes back to the point of consciousness. To be conscious about the pain and needs of other people. Yeah? A baby is conscious only about his own needs. Right? As much as a person becomes to be mature, he understands that there's more and more and more needs in the world. That it's not about him as individual. There's many things that needs to be referred. Right? What is a good leader? That he understands the needs of the people that he's supposed to be to carry on his shoulders. Right? Why we are not happy with all the leaders that there is today? Because we know that they are taking care of themselves first, right? It's normal. It's not. I'm not saying that we are different. We are not better than them. Also, each one of us is taking care of his own needs first. But the leader that we are waiting for is a leader that he doesn't care so much about his own needs. He wants to give. He wants to supply the needs of the whole world, right? And this is the certain function of Mashiach. Melech HaMashiach. What is Melech HaMashiach? He will be the king of the world. Why he will be the king of the world? Because he will have the ability to contain all the needs of all of the people of all of the world in his heart and to take care of it. Obviously, by praying, yeah. It's not by like giving them the cash to go and buy your food. It's also good, but it's not what it's about. To feel it in your heart and to pray for them. So, as much as we are putting ourselves in that position, we also bringing that revelation of this great leader that we call Mashiach, that it will be here and now. As much as we will have more and more people that they are conscious about it and they are uniting their hearts together, even though they are scattered around the world. But in the spiritual dimension, we are not so limited like we are in the physical dimension. So when we have all of those individuals that everybody will be connected, this is a very, very big step of, I'm sure, that will be followed with higher revelations, B'ezrat Hashem, of the final redemption of Mashiach, with all what comes with it. And B'ezrat Hashem, it will be now.
Amen.
We don't want to wait.
Correct.
Can we have like a meditation?
We can definitely have a little meditation. Yes. Yes. Okay. So we'll do a meditation and we'll apply those principles that we were just discussing. Okay.
Can I record this?
What?
Can I record it?
Yes, you can record it.
Just give me 1 second. I want to work on my meditation. It'll just be a second. Who was that?